needs to do now, that it is now established beyond reasonable doubt that the document is submitted to INEC was forged, is to vacate the office of the presidency and hand over to the run-up of the election, which is Atiku Abubakar.
Barrister Carlo, of course we know that this that hasn't been established at this time. Please, let's just be...
It has been established.
My people, hey, somebody don't go national TV, go give judgment before Supreme Court. Wahala dey, hey, Nigeria na comedy skit. My people, the person where he say me the handover give, let me no understand. Hey, my people, make a let una watch this video now. Meanwhile, this video now before the results come outside. When I don't see, I bet people they bombard me with results. I don't read, study, tire my head too hot. I don't want to see again because I don't want to get nightmare. My people, make una what do it in a snatch this video, run with it, do it in a share it because breakfast is not served on a la carte. I been out and they talker. Now you know, watch out.
In the import of the U.S. court ruling in Atiku's suit seeking access to Tinubu's Chicago State University academic records on the outcome of the 2023 presidential election. Welcome to Arise News. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you so much, Barrister Kalu. Now, I would just like to know, start from the basics, how important is this decision by the U.S. court ruling in Atiku's suit, especially in favor of the PDP presidential candidate?
Very, very crucial. Let's lay a foundation before we go into the main discussion. And that foundation is looking at the grand norm of Nigeria, which is the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as altered by Section 1(1) of the Constitution. It provides thus that this Constitution is supreme and its provisions binding on all authorities and persons throughout the Federal Republic of Nigeria. By sub 2, it says that the Federal Republic of Nigeria shall not be governed or shall any person or group of persons govern the Federal Republic of Nigeria except in accordance with the provisions of this Constitution. Now, by Section 137, 1J of the state Constitution, that a person shall not be qualified for the office of president if he has presented a forged certificate to INEC and by what we got from the INEC, certified through copy, Bola Ahmed Tinubu presented a purported certificate he obtained from Chicago State University in 1979. And there has been a lot of controversies surrounding whether the certificate is genuine or not. And Atiku Abubakar approached the U.S. court and the US for discovery on whether that certificate Tinubu submitted to INEC is genuine or not. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu, by his own application, urged the courts in US to be joined in that matter for discovery by Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. The court granted his application. He was joined as an intervenor. To me, he was an interloper in that matter. But let's leave that one aside and focus on the main issue. The summary is today, the US court has directed the Chicago State University to release all documents concerning Bola Ahmed Tinubu to Atiku.
Okay, Barrister Kalu, thank you so much for setting the scene in such a great detail. Bayo Onanuga has, according to Bayo Onanuga, President Tinubu's lawyer has said that this information is no longer useful. According to the law and according to the Constitution, is this reveal and this grant, the access that we've been given to these records, is it still useful, or is it just for the purposes, is it just conversational at this stage?
It's just what Nigerians have been witnessing all this while. Impunity by our leaders. How can a Nigerian, knowing the international disgrace this has cost Nigerians, come out to whittle down the effect of this ruling? If it is no longer useful, why was his principal, Tinubu, fighting the release of this document from Chicago State University? There wouldn't have been any need to spend the resources that would have been useful to us in Nigeria, the time, the disgrace all over the world, if it is not necessary. Let me tell Nigerians and the world that I laid this foundation, that this constitution is supreme and its provisions binding on all parties, all persons and authorities. Tinubu, having presented 4 certificates to INEC, ab initio was not qualified to run the election. And all he needs to do now, that it is now established beyond reasonable doubt that the document he submitted to INEC was forged, is to vacate the office of the presidency and hand over to the run-up of the election, which is Atiku Abubakar.
Barrister Carl, of course, we know that this that hasn't been established at this time. Please, let's just be...
It has been established.
Okay,
it has been established.
Well, I'm just wondering.
If you have been following... Hold on.
No, please give me one moment, please. Been established. Okay, so let's because we do have a limited time with you, and we do also need to be careful of what we state here. No,
I need to. I made an assertion. Okay. I need to not clarify the issue of whether it has been established or not.
Please, let's move on to another aspect. Please, let's do that. I'm asking you. Thank you so much.
Let me clear this issue. This issue is germane. Let me clear this issue. Let me clear this issue as to the establishment that the certificate submitted to INEC is forged. In the proceedings that led to the ruling of Magistrate Gilbert, Tinubu's Chicago State University's lawyer was asked, can you authenticate the certificate Tinubu submitted to INEC? He said on record that the school could not authenticate that certificate. Which other establishment do you want?
Noted. Thank you for that's your opinion.
Having
Mr. Barrister Kalu, please.
Having submitted a false certificate.
So, Barrister, the judge also warned, as you know, that any attempt by the president to appeal this judgment in the district would no longer be tolerated. But it's also been established that President Tinubu is free to file his appeal directly before the 7th Circuit. And of course, you know, that's an appellate court overseeing Illinois and nearby states. Do you foresee him exploring that option?
As we speak today, Justice Nancy, in her ruling, directed Chicago State University to release the documents concerning Tinubu to Atiku, latest by 12 noon today. As we speak, there is no appeal. As we speak, there is no application for stay against the school releasing those documents to Atiku. All Nigerians want to hear and see is the school releasing those documents to Atiku. And the school, in the proceedings, said they were willing and ready to turn in those documents to Atiku.
Now, as you correctly said, of course, we're waiting for the release of those documents. But let's look at a bigger scope of this conversation. I know ex-aviation minister, that's Osita Chidoka, has said that what this issue raises is a bigger issue, which is that we do need to make sure all of these issues are resolved and ironed out before the swearing in of a president. Do you think that this issue and the way it is being managed will in any way direct us to be able to lean in that direction in future elections?
That is what every Nigerian should canvass after all these legal tussles. That going forward in this country, that there must be a constitutional amendment that before any person is sworn in, all post-election litigations are dispensed with, and the court makes pronouncement as to the real winner of the election. Once there is such amendment, it settles and resolves this issue of whether you won the election or you didn't win the election. But primarily, there's something I want to say, that at the moment, Tinubu should hand over to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar as the runner of this election.
We'd like to thank you for your time here on Newsday. Thank you for your insight and your perspective. We appreciate your time.